ChairShot Podcast coming to you on a Sunday eve, tickling your eardrums on a Monday morning, getting you through that god-awful commute to work. Even if that commute is falling out of bed and going to the other room computer, which is what mine is. But yeah, I greatly appreciated having the boys with me in my ears last week as I was doing that commute, quote unquote. See, I hate listening to the show, but I then get to listen.
You like listening to it?
Yeah. I get to listen. I get to catch up what the
Did you beat Joe in the quiz?
No, I don't think so. Now I did not have it. I was not getting a pen and paper out.
You weren't doing your thing,
like you suggested. But yeah, it was a tough one. But something you said during the quiz did inspire me to make my own quiz. And we've a rare Barry quiz.
We have a double quiz today.
We've double quiz and a million things to talk about. So it's going to be a bumper show. I'm back, by the way. Barry, how you doing? With you, every dependable. You know these lads, they're here the whole time. It's Joe and Paul with us here as well. Today we've got a million things to talk about. I haven't been on the show in 2 weeks. I went to 100 gigs in that off time. Which was tremendous fun. I won't go into the nitty gritty and all that, obviously, because I don't have too much to say. They were gigs. They were cool. I went to see the Metallica double header in Dublin. I saw CMAT in Cork in between. Nice. And then I saw Florence and Her Machine in Limerick last week. All great. No downers. All great in their own way. All very different, obviously. Metallica were in the Aviva, which for the uninitiated is it's not as big as Croke Park, is it, Paul?
It's half the size.
It's half the size, yeah. So it's a gigantic fucking building, but it's not quite the Croker. My first time in there, obviously, and it's a very cool, very modern building. Who did I see supporting? I missed both the opening, the proper opening acts of both nights. I saw Pantera. So I got to be annoying and nudge that I had to say, RVD came out to this song in ECW when they did Respect Walk. So yeah, I saw them and I saw Gojira on Sunday. Who so many people I spoke to were like not really interested in Metallica, but were like, oh my god, you get to see Gojira? That's so fucking cool. I don't know anything. They were good. I really liked them. Yeah, Metallica, great. I mean, really fantastic. I feel like they put together one really long gig and then snippy in the middle and just called that a weekender. And then they went, oh shit, most of the good stuff's on Sunday. So they hastily stuck Seek and Destroy and Master of Puppets on the Friday. So there was
the WrestleMania model. Model.
It was very WrestleMania model. I heard some grumbling from people leaving on the Friday, and I did have different people in my section on Friday. So there were people doing single nights. And I think if you did the Friday, it was good. But I think some people were a bit grumpy about something. I'm not in a new album. Not in a new album. Not in the new stuff. A lot of the new stuff. Sunday. And then on Sunday, it was like, all right, here comes the good stuff. Well, they sprinkled plenty of hits among the 2 nights. They were really, really great.
Yes.
Good stuff. CMAT was fantastic. Virgin Media Park in Cork. I don't know what they play there. I think it's rugby. I don't know.
I think it is.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's a really cool venue. It was a proper kind of festival-y kind of vibe. They had we're all in a field, there's the stage, and then you go over to a smaller field over there, food trucks, booze, merch, all this other stuff. Bird were supporting her, who I talked about a few weeks ago, really great Irish girl group, and she was fantastic herself, really great show woman, bit of flair, bit of comedy, and some absolute bangers, mostly the new album, of course. And Florence was, to my surprise, because I wouldn't consider myself, I knew she was great, but I wouldn't consider myself super probably the best gig of the 4.
Wow.
I mean, it's tough to really convey in a big venue. So it was in Thomond Park in Limerick, so 20-ish, 30-ish thousand capacity rugby
again. Yeah.
I mean, a completely out of this world voice. I mean, it just completely insane. I mean, so great. Also one of those ones that only kind of when you're at the gig, you're oh yeah, there's lots of bangers, lots and lots of bangers. She was spectacular, really. So thumbs up on the gigs. That's me done. Leaving the house for a while.
Fair.
Broke as a joke, obviously. Let me tell you, going to things. Fucking.
My mom messaged me. Are you not at the Metallica concert? I said, I've seen Metallica twice already, and I say to go to one of the nights at this one would cost more than my 2 previous tickets combined.
Yeah, those boys know how to make money, let me tell you. Now, me and my pals, we got our weekend tickets, okay, for, I think, about 170 bones, right? Which, by 2026 standards for 2 nights is not that bad, right? Cheeky fuckers, right? If you were a Johnny-come-lately and you just wanted to go to Sunday, they were charging 150 quid to get into the door to one of the gigs. Like a little punishment tax for not buying the 2 nights. You paid almost the same price to go to one. 60 quid for a poster. I said, "See, Mr. Hetfield, do you sign and frame that and then suck me off after I buy it?" He said, "No." 60 quid for a fucking, like, I think you get in HMV. It was limited edition or whatever for the fucking gig. Oh my God, 80 quid for a jumper. The t-shirts, like t-shirts used to be the cheap thing. You got those are now 50 quid to get a fucking t-shirt. It's insane. The wife bought a Florence shirt at the Limerick. That was 45 fucking quid for a black t-shirt with the date on the back. What?
What are we doing?
What the fuck
are we doing?
Are t-shirts also being used in AI data center building? Is that why they are so expensive? Like, what the fuck is going on?
No, the trick is to only go to small gigs. You know, just don't go to Metallica anymore. Just little venues, little artists, little groups, and then you'll buy a T-shirt for 20 or whatever, and they appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. But even like, I don't know if I said this when I talked about the Bird gig a couple of weeks ago. I think I did say. I think I mentioned to Paul. It was the classic. It was like when we'd go to OTT and someone would be class, and then you'd race to the merch table. Yeah. I did that for they were so great, and I ran and I got a jersey. That was fucking 70 quid. The fucking it was a fucking nice jersey. Yeah, but anyway, going out is fucking expensive. Let me take a big sip of coffee and see how much it costs me inside to play video games these days. Well, at least we can do that. But yeah, it was. I had a spectacular couple of weeks. I really did. I mean, I have in previous years of my life, I was never the biggest live music person, but I mean, my wife is, and so. Last couple of years, I've gone to a lot more, and it was all great. Everyone was in great Dublin. Everyone was in great humor in Dublin, which is never the case. There was people going to Olivia Dean, and they were hanging out with the Metallica freaks, and we were all having an old laugh. It was great crack.
Yeah.
I tell you what wasn't great crack though. Before this very broadcast, boys, right? I foolishly volunteered to go help build some furniture for my dear mother. Right, she got like a garden swing thing, like a little,
I've built about 5 of those by life.
And I was like, I've gotten quite good at the flat packs in the last couple of years. You'd be terrible at them.
Sure.
It's quite warm here in Limerick. It's about 20-ish boys as we record here are admiring my lovely sunburn. It's really painful. But it was going well. Kind of noticed I was doing some things wrong. I was like, oh, no, that doesn't go there. Disconnect that. Correcting mistakes as I go. It's on my own. The wife is away. So I was like, just doing this myself. Putting it together. And then I went to align a bar between 2 legs on the couch, and the classic in the genre of the flat pack fuck up. I was like, why aren't there supposed to be 2 holes there? There's 2 holes on the diagram. The legs, it looks correct. Like the structure looks correct. A classic one leg facing the wrong direction, the holes facing out rather than facing in. But undo your last 5 steps to fix that. You know, there's no just spin it around in spot. So I literally had to. I was like, I have to leave this and come back. I can't do
classic, this. You used the wrong Lego piece 10 pages ago.
10 pages. Yeah.
That you need now. Oh, you put that somewhere else. Oh, idiot. So, and that's something I'm usually good at when I'm doing these things. I'm always because I'm always like irritating the wife. She's trying to speed ahead, and I'm like, no. Excuse me. I think you'll find on this page. See those 2 dots? They are facing inwards. Just rotate that before you screw that. For whatever reason, I didn't do that this time. Oh, God, I could have fucking died. That brought me back down to earth after my great couple of weeks. Yeah.
But yeah, that's been a life guff for me, boys.
That's why there's no sweeter words when you're shopping for furniture than just take the display model.
Oh,
mate, can I pay you the extra money for it?
Oh, dear. How you boys been?
Good, Joe. Joe has England playing tonight. Are you staying up to watch it live?
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm not one of these ninnies who's like, oh God, I'll stay up till 3
Work.
I'll stay up to 6 a.m. watching an AEW B pay-per-view. You know, I'm not staying up till 3 to watch the World Cup.
Stay up till 4 a.m. on Justin.tv with Taco Bell ads every 2 minutes, 360p to watch the shittiest episode of Monday Night Raw you've ever seen in your fucking life.
3 hours.
3 hours, commercial free. There's Donald Trump.
But not the original.
Wait a minute now. Hang on. There's a Jack Swagger match coming up. That might be okay. We've been in the trenches.
It's nothing to me. Yeah, my only worry is obviously the weather, because they were going to move it because of the weather. Then they bottled it and said, "Oh no, okay, we'll leave it at the same time." And now there's a risk of thunderstorms, which then will delay the match. So people stay up till 1, and then it doesn't start till 2 or 3. So I'm a bit like, well, if we get the notification early, I might just go to bed and try and set the alarm and wake up at like 2 o'clock.
Collision alarm. Here you go. That'll keep you.
What, keep me awake?
Tell you, Joe, we've had some fun World Cup games in the interim since we spoke last. I was sitting here wearing my lovely new Germany jersey last week, thinking, here we go, Germany, Paraguay. The Krauts are going to do it for me. They're going to do the business. Oh, they're the worst penalty takers ever. What happened to their reputation for being killers on the penalty spot?
Germans, they don't have that ruthlessness anymore. They're good.
No,
they're not. They don't.
Germany have turned into a little soft, little Spursy. Yeah, very much so. Eliminated by Paraguay, very embarrassingly. I love that Paraguay went 2 goals ahead in the penalty shootout and then threw it away. Germany got back in it. Oh, here we go. And then next penalty over the bar. That's the first thing with a penalty. Hit the target.
Get it on target.
And there's been a lot of penalties this World Cup not hitting the target. I don't know what the trend is.
Yeah, I think it's players they're now doing this late, eyeing out the keeper.
Yeah.
Doing the shuffling the old hips, going, and then they just drag it wide. It's like, well, just hit the target.
Run at the ball, hit it hard, keep it on, save it. Netherlands then doing basically exactly the same against Morocco. Some absolutely horrific penalties in that one. Mexico looking good. That's the one thing. I mean, you mentioned the weather. The one thing I would be worried about from England point of view is that Mexico have looked quite good in this World Cup, quite quick going forward. England, Congo.
Have they though?
Well, England struggled against Congo for 70 minutes until Harry Kane.
That was a great game.
It was a very good game. It was a very good game, but England's were very close to embarrassing themselves there.
Not really.
Where is Mexico? I want to admit.
Who have Mexico played? A lot of shit teams, so not a problem with it.
Okay.
The thing about Mexico is they're all about 5'2", so when it comes to corners, they got no chance. We'll stick it in, get Big Dan burning.
Like someone who are all small already, and I was thinking the same thing. Oh no, there was the Japan game. Japan playing somebody. I was like, surely they could just. Oh, it's Brazil, Japan. Like Brazil just needs to be throwing corners into Casemiro here.
They did.
They did. Well, he scored one of
them. Mexico average. England, Congo. I don't know. I felt better after watching the Argentina game and the what was the other one that was tough to. Argentina, Portugal. No, not Portugal. There was another one I can't remember. Oh, France, of course, last night. France
last night, which
really
was
struggling.
Very good game.
Struggling.
Although Paraguay tried a different tactic than they tried against Germany. Their tactic in the France game was just be dirty bastards. Play it literally as dirty as possible.
Yeah. I saw someone saying, "Oh, it's not. People are making a big fuss. It's not as bad as in the past." But that's because we know VAR in the past. Now, if you really if you boot someone, you get sent off, right? There's no.
No, this Paraguay game, no, for some reason.
Well, they got a bit lucky with a few of them, but there was a couple. The one defender who kept whacking Mbappe in the chest, but he wasn't hitting him in the face. You know what I mean? It wasn't but it was just shoving him in the chest. I think that's why he got away with it.
Yeah.
But they were pretty. They had no attack outlet at all.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You need to have some, even if it's whacking it up. Long balls up to a big man. They didn't even have that. They
did defend quite well, I will tell you.
Yeah, they were disciplined, but it was like the Champions League final, wasn't it? You can only do that for so long.
And they got the
penalty or a free kick or something.
And then Argentina, Cape Verde, you mentioned. Game of the tournament so far for me, maybe.
I was about to go to bed. I was Argentina will win this.
No,
they scored.
Yeah.
And then Argentina 2-1. And I was like, I'll probably go to bed now. fucking Cape Verde scored the goal of the World Cup.
Amazing goal.
Say that was a 3-8. And then, of course, Argentina won inevitably, but
yeah. So ends Ireland's involvement in this World Cup. But he'll come home a hero. And then Portugal-Croatia, I thought was a really good game as well. Controversy in the last minute, of course, with the well, it barely touched him, so it should be allowed. Well, not exactly how it works. Offside, sort of objective. Did it touch him or did it not touch him? It did, therefore it's an offside.
Yeah, but I can parachute in as a casual here. I mean, like, is the point? All right, listen. Right. You tell me if this is a stupid question. Is the point of offside not to be that, you know, you can't just be ahead of the last defender and hovering around the goal?
Yeah, more or less.
So it's the most, you know, you are technically correct, which is of course all that really matters, but it's like, is it not the most kind of like this zooming in on a hair follicle? And I just learned of this motion detector in the ball. I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? Is this seriously what you all fucking do and watch every weekend?
You are of course right what you're saying. The problem is that within the rule set there isn't a spectrum of
right, of course, yeah.
granularity of how offside someone can be. You know, it's either you are or you aren't.
The problem I have is, like, for other decisions, they don't go as granular. Like they try to be hands off. They have generally been more hands off at this tournament, which I think is good. Yeah. But then
they're insulting the French.
I know. Well, we don't interfere because the referee didn't call it. But then, yes, with an offside, like if it's coming to the point where you need a sensor in the ball to determine that it hit his head, you are going above and beyond like what can happen on the pitch. I do think I agree totally with what Paul says, because people go, "Oh, it only just touched his head." Well, yeah, it's like when people complain about, "Oh, his toenail was offside." Well, yeah, his toenail was offside. So if you're going to measure it that specifically, then it's going to come down to those kind of like microscope. It's like the 100 meters, you know, when you see the finish line picture and it's one nose in front. It's like, well, that's just the reality of sport. But I do think the problem is they interfere in these decisions that are just clearly, you know, a human could not make that decision on the pitch. It would be impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you find that consistency of like, okay, we interfere in some things, but not in other things? Because it always just feels like if it's a big decision, they'll interfere. If that happened in the 60th minute, I think they just give the call and get on with it.
There's also they've been doing it for obviously years now. This isn't specific to this World Cup, but the idea of someone is looking at a screen and they tell the referee, and then the referee goes over to look at a screen.
Yeah.
As opposed to the first guy just telling him, "Oh, this is what happened." No, we want to go look at it as well.
Have a look at this. Let me have a look at this. Right?
Yeah,
that's all this.
Yeah. I mean, I think going forward, they'll never do it. But the best solution, and it would kind of work also for the offsides that we were discussing, is if there's VAR to be involved, they have 1 minute to look at it, and if within 1 minute or even 30 seconds, let's say 30 seconds to look at it, if within 30 seconds it can't be established, it's not clear and obvious enough. Game goes on, but they won't do that, obviously. But yeah, we're in the round 16. Like I say, a lot of the games have been very fun this week. I mean, I think this has probably been the best week of games so far. England tonight, Brazil, Norway starting in about half an hour. I'll have that on the back that's here. Portugal, Spain tomorrow, rematch of one of the better games of the, I want to say, was it the 2018 World Cup? Was it one of the opening games of the 2018 World Cup?
3-3 group stage.
3-3, yeah. Looking forward to that. What about this USA thing? Do you hear about this Balogun?
Balogun is not suspended anymore.
Yeah.
Basically, it's because of the FIFA rule that Infantino lets Donald Trump do whatever he wants.
Yes. Correct. And Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's not forget.
And Ronaldo. Basically,
I got sent off against Ireland. Did you? Don't worry about it, lad. Go on. Take the World Cup. You'd be shit anyway.
Count.
Really much
better count. Yeah. Very annoying. Come on, Belgium. I'm supporting Belgium now. Belgium, but
I throw the Belgium jersey on. I mean, Belgium. But their game was good as well. The Belgium Senegal game.
That was crazy.
That was great as well.
I mean, that was the Undertaker setup.
Yeah, Undertaker setup. Everyone. It was like Fury against
Wilder.
The guy's name Wilder, Deontay Wilder. Yeah, where he just sits over. Belgium very much did that. I don't know how Belgium got this far in this tournament. They are absolutely atrocious. I fancy USA will beat them. But we will see. And then we still have teams like Egypt in the round of 16. I don't know how that happened. Switzerland, Colombia. Yeah, but yeah, good fun World Cup. Still very much enjoying it.
What's the goal?
And we'll see how we can get on tonight.
Yeah, very interesting.
Over to the wrestling news then.
Wrestling news here. Late breaking. Before we air here. Fightful reporting that Sheamus O'Shaughnessy is... The wording is kind of funny. It's basically... They're saying very definitively he's leaving, but basically they're saying he's leaving when his contract is up. So I guess it's not up yet. And it basically seems like he was the latest guy offered one of these quote-unquote restructured deals if he wanted to renew. And it seems like he said, no thank you, fella, and is heading out the door. Someone you probably in the pre-TKO era probably would have called a lifer. I would say, outside of the context of maybe getting a sneaky out bit of leverage here and there in a conversation with Vince, I don't think he ever sincerely entertained the idea of wrestling anywhere else in the last 15 years. It doesn't seem like his thing at all, even though he's very good, obviously. And I think we've probably talked on this show a lot about what he could do elsewhere. But the times, they are a-changing. So he is not renewing his deal. On their public story, I don't know if subscribers have this. On their public story, Fightful didn't say when his deal is up. I don't know when that is. I have to imagine it's soon if they're reporting this news now.
You would think so.
But yeah, there you go. He's out the door. And of course, what comes next is a mystery.
Shameful thing.
It is a shameful thing.
It's interesting, the whole lifer thing, because if you think back to like historically in WWF, that wasn't really the case. Like people came and went. There was even Hogan. Hogan was there for what, 8 years. Like it wasn't that long. It was not that thing. But I think obviously once WCW went out of business, it became a different scenario where like there's not really any other options, and WWE didn't want people going elsewhere and like, as laughable as it sounds, helping TNA become a genuine threat. Oh, sorry, couldn't get through that without laughing. So this whole kind of idea of like, the people are with the company for like forever, for life. Yeah, it's probably gone away now. I think that was a 20-year period. That's now gone because TKO don't care. It's a business, You look at the UFC, like who in the UFC has been there for like a long time. They all fall out or maybe come back. Yeah. So I think we'll see more of this. Question is, what do AEW think? Would we want to see Sheamus in AEW?
Was he fortnight?
Yeah.
Pushing 50. I mean,
it's quite late in the day. He's not exactly like a Claudio coming in at 40, early 40s, or even like New Day, sort of 40s, mid 40s. Yeah. It's a bit. I don't know.
It's tough because like, would I watch him in like a Continental Classic? Absolutely. Would I be curious? They probably wrestled each other in a completely forgettable Raw match, but would I see 26 Sheamo against 2026 Mox? Absolutely. That probably sounds like great back. It's one of those things though, and this is for him and TK to figure out if they ever do talk. It's like, he was a top guy there forever. He's leaving because of money. He's probably not coming in, 100K, boss. That's fine. I'm just happy to be here, boss. Probably not. Probably not happening. So TK's in this weird thing. Okay, you're good. You want a lot of money. If I pay you that money, I probably have to push you. Am I really telling Kyle Fletcher maybe next year, pal? I got to push Sheamus.
Or is he telling Sheamus, you're laying down for Kyle Fletcher?
Which he could do, but then if you're TK, you're saying, am I going to pay this guy X million quid to put over Kyle Fletcher?
Well, TK,
it's weird.
I don't like to all call him TK, by the way. Like he's our buddy. But Tony, Big Tony style.
Anthony
has brought in these WWE guys before and been burned. So
and Sheamus,
if he was a young
towards that,
if he was a young stud, then maybe. But a 48-year-old guy,
he could also not give a fuck. That's the other thing. He might be like, I wrestled for 20 years. I made a bajillion quid. I'm nearly 50. See ya.
Yeah.
I'll
maybe do cons for 2 years just to really, really stack up retirement fund, and you'll never see me again.
It's very weird. Do a few dates here and there, but just
a guy again. For me, he's been in quote unquote the system for 20 years. I think he was at a very late Ohio Valley and then into early FCW guy. I think. Yeah, literally, like had a little run in Ireland on the Indies, was signed and has been a WWE system guy for the Bones 20 years.
I did work experience with a fellow who knew him from his IT days. This was in 2007. It was before he had debuted on ECW. So this would have been 2007, I want to say. So he was in the system, but hadn't debuted. Yeah. I
mean, and those are the guys where you're like, they step out of the WWE system and it's the greatest thing ever, or it could be a thing where they not arsed. Again, it'll be fascinating. But yeah.
I mean, he's had great matches with Drew, Gunther, the last couple of years. He still has that in him, obviously.
But I would think if you didn't have, if I was signing him and I didn't have to worry about balancing the checkbook, like TNT level guy, get in there,
Death Riders,
get him in the Death Riders, give him a run in the C2. Have him that TNT level guy, get him in there with him and Takesh, Fletcher. He's got a million matches. He's got a million matches he could have in there. But is he arsed? And we don't know.
He would also be that Irish guy that they don't have yet.
True, yeah. Have they? They haven't set foot here at any stage, have they? No. That's actually interesting. Yeah. Now again, to AEW give a fuck about that? Probably not. I mean, probably worry about shifting some English tickets, I would say, before you worry about running the 3 arena. But that's always an interesting consideration. I don't think Becky's coming calling anytime soon, so he would be the next one. But yeah, interesting. That literally just broke here before we started recording, so maybe next week we'll have more deets on what the actual situation is. Presumably New Day are looming, you would imagine. Since people speculate on them coming in pre-Wembley to do a match at Wembley, I think they do some Young Bucks ladder match with Edge and Christian and New Day at the end of that. I feel like it.
Yeah. They left April, or they signaled their intention to leave in April, so that's 3 months in July, right? May, June, July. So they could be available for Redemption, maybe for that big debut at Redemption, and then not necessarily wrestle for that.
Yeah.
Or maybe you wait for Wembley, have that be like the big WrestleMania moment at Wembley.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess we're all assuming that the idea will be at All In. They'll do the TLC 25th anniversary dealie. Yeah. Edge Christian, Young Bucks as Hardy Boys stand-ins.
FDR
is with the glasses on.
Which one's fun?
Oh, that'd be so funny. He'd get so mad at her that he actually shit his pants on that podcast.
Wear camouflage gear at least.
Or if FTR aren't back by then, you could do the Damn Dirty Dogs 3D.
God, that would be such a downgrade for the sake of a pun. I have to imagine FTR will be back. They're doing this whole who knows if I'll be back thing. Yeah,
they love doing that.
They love that. They'll be back. They're coming off one of the best runs of their entire career. There's no way they're actually grumpy.
Yeah.
I suppose nothing is impossible, I guess.
No.
Alrighty. Before we get into our quizzes, what's the Fantasy League update for the week?
Well, we've got a lot of 5 stars. We had 12 5-star bonuses to give out from the Death's Door cage match. Most of them on teams Paul and Joe, of course. I think, Barry, do you want one of them maybe to catch it? And then, of course, Swerve Osprey with the 5.5. So 6 points each for Joe and Barry. No Mercedes Monet because the coward Meltzer, one didn't seem to like it live for whatever reason. And 2,
I can understand not liking it live. 2, I thought you guys were very generous last week, by the way, on that match. I thought the match by the end was great. I thought, he was like, listen, textbook Monet took this person who's out of her depth and my world, it was, God bless her. It was not, it reminded me of those chapters in Jericho's books where he would talk about some of the biggest nights in his career and he'd always fall flat in his face. And she didn't have a great night at the office. I can understand if you would be in there live. I thought by the end of the match it was great and it was a classic Monet big fight feel by the end. But I can imagine being there live and feeling almost awkward at how not working it was early on. But anyway.
Okay. In any case, I don't anticipate there's going to be bonus points there.
Did he? So he didn't stop rating on that.
No, he's got to watch it on telly, which apparently takes him a week.
What is this? Oh my God. This is 7 stars on every other thing, but this one he's got to really think about.
He's got to get a VHS tape sent from his tape trader.
Oh dear.
So anyway, there was lots of points flowing. So actually, Joe ended up winning the pay-per-view by 1 point.
Wow.
73 to 72, me in second place. Barry just a 53. 53 not bad, given you only had 4 people.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a performance.
Pretty good return. On the TV then, Joe had a 16.
Oof.
I had a 14. So again, Joe just eking me out. And Barry also with a 14, which means that the point total at the moment is 913 for Joe, 702 for Barry in second place, and 592 for me. So I'm slowly catching up on Barry. Barry not so much catching up on Joe.
No.
Your form is sort of falling off. And we are now, what's that sound? What's that clanging sound? The transfer window is crashed open. It is open. And I will today be using the first of my transfers of this transfer window. So before I announce what it will be, of course, I mentioned to Joe last week, there is possibility that during this month, some of us might be looking to bring in the same people. So before I announce it, I'm going to open to you guys. Are you making any transfers today?
No, I had a look because my form is slipping. A lot of my team is sagging a little bit here. I'm curious who you're taking. I'm not pulled in by any of the free agents. There's a couple of people I would probably get rid of, but I don't see a tasty free agent that So I'm happy for you to go ahead.
Or about that now, Joe.
Well, funny you should say that, Paul.
Oh.
No, I'm not trading anyone.
Yeah, okay. I've got a free run at it, so.
Well, see your pick. I might want to.
Well, it's the new day. Statlander has got to go. I gave her the TBS chance. She didn't win it. She's actually not even my worst. She's not even among my 2 worst performers for the year so far. That would be Bandito and Mercedes, but I feel like they have more scope for the.
They're going to overtake her. Yeah.
So I'm going to give Statlander the bootski for now. And I'm going to bring in Willow Nightingale.
You bastard! My number 1 pick usually.
Yeah. So that's my trade. That's my transfer. First one of this transfer window period. So obviously Willow's not back yet. Looks like she's going to be back sooner than later. And I think she'll probably have a good run in at the end of the year, staying healthy and all that. And Statlander just, I don't know. I was thinking about Statlander in the week, how far she's fallen off from beating Toni Storm at 2 consecutive pay-per-views. Like they really gave her the chance, gave her the push. You're beating Toni, sort of a surprise one, and then a pretty definitive win over Toni Storm as well on the following pay-per-view. And now she's not even winning the TBS title. Do you know what I mean?
I've always felt like I really like her. I don't know that she's that top level. I just don't. Promo-wise, presence-wise.
I think it's more on the character side. She's never got a hold of anything that connects with an audience in any meaningful way, unfortunately. She has the thing as well where she sort of lacks a vulnerable side to her character, I guess, which I find as a babyface is one of the things that can really connect you to somebody. So I don't know. But I'm going to release her into the free agent pool and bring Willow in. So when Willow comes back, she'll join my roster of women. Because I'm looking at it now. Since all the trades we've had so far, Joe has only got 1 woman on his roster. Barry's only got 1, and I've got 4. So, Paul, where the best women wrestle.
I had Willow. Dang.
Yeah, well, you changed her, I think, for
someone who's not doing very well. I don't
it was
think.
for Cope. I think it might have
Yeah.
been.
He's one match a month.
Yeah, he's had 6 matches this year. 2 this week, actually.
I mean, yeah, I got rid of Willow. I mean, the Willow thing is kind of irritating because it's kind of like, not just in the fantasy league, but also just in terms of like vacating the TBS title.
And then I think she's coming back before.
Running the first vignette before you've even finished the survival of the like, come on. Like, at least, like, tease it out. Even if she is clear to be like, tease it out a little bit longer, then she's going to be gone. Because what you could have done is you could have taken her out of the Owen and just fucking spoofed for a few weeks that she was, done an angle where she got jumped backstage. Like, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I think that's a good get by you. I think with her not winning on Wednesday, I think it's safe to say there's nothing for stat for the second half of the year. I think there's no.
She's going to be Persephone, or
she's going to be on Collision wrestling Persephone and whoever else. I mean, that's done. And Willow is
especially when we're looking at people who might be on the all-in card, given that that's triple points. What's the stat line they're going to be doing? Like,
I would say the only. Spoilers for the Dynamite. The only fucking logic I can see in Sheeta winning that match is that they wanted it on a heel for Willow to beat. I think that's on the cards. Jeff, good trade for you. Maybe you can gain on me and overtake me for a second.
We get that Dynamite trophy.
But yeah, that the business for
business.
That's the business.
Quizzes.
There you go.
Got some quizzes. Okay, I'll take up the mantle this week. I'll do the quiz first. This was inspired by something you mentioned in passing last week when you were doing your quizzes. You mentioned a Chase style quiz, and I realized we've never done a Chase style quiz. Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chase Owens.
Dun, 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 dun.
How's it going, everybody? I'm your Bradley Walsh. It's me, Bradley Walsh here.
Barry Walsh.
Barry Walsh, and with me today is my contestant Paul.
What are the answers to the last week? He loves that, though. He does.
You've gone with B, Big Willie. And my contestant here, Paul, is hoping to take away, I believe it is, 500 billion euro is the prize money.
Oh, we're playing a celebrity version. Money is that big.
Daytime ITV money's really gone up a lot in the last few years. But who's going to try and stop him? And the chaser is... It's the man about town, Joe Towner.
Oh my God!
Is going to be trying to block Paul. So here's how it works for those of you who have lived sad lives and haven't seen The Chase, right? Okay, I'm going to give Paul 30 seconds to rapid fire answer as many questions as he can. Joe's job then is to try and match that score, thereby catching him and ending the chase. So the way it works is I will give Paul rapid fire questions for 30 seconds. Paul, I'll have to take your first answer. Okay, there's no correcting yourself or anything like that. You can cut me off halfway through the question if you think you know it, but if you do that, you don't hear the end of it. That's it. And you can pass if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. Then when it's Joe's turn, Joe, you'll have 40 seconds to try and catch Paul. If Joe gets something wrong, though, Paul can potentially steal to push him back. That's the way it works. Okay. Now, to keep this format, to keep things going, because I have to come up with a lot of answers for this, because I assume Paul will blitz this.
I'll be passing every question.
Set a nice high score. I said we'll go for something kind of, an easy to grasp topic. So all the answers in this quiz are match types. Okay.
Okay.
So I will give you both, and they're all going to be singles matches, no multi-persons, no tags, no nothing, nice and straightforward. Okay. So I will give you 2 wrestlers and an event, and you just tell me the type of match they had at said event. It can be a non-gimmick match. If you think it's a non-gimmick match, just say singles match. I will take that as your answer. And I'll be a fair quiz master. Okay. You don't have to give me the wacky gimmick name. If I give you Mariah May and Tony Storm at Revolution, and you say no holds barred, I'll take that. Yeah. You don't have to remember that it's called the Hollywood ending. Okay. So, for example, that is that's the way it is going to work here. Do I have any other things to clarify? This is a fucking long list, because I was like, I really want to make sure I have all of these.
Yeah, we don't run out.
Let me pull up my my timer here.
Okay, that watch.
Might have to be a. Do I have a pen anywhere? This is my fucking office. This is where I do my work.
Don't need no need for them.
That's what Bradley Walsh does. Do you have a pen? No. I will just mark here as we go to keep track. Okay, so Paul, you are up first.
Okay.
You're going to have 30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
To answer as many of these as you can, and I will have to take your first answer. And so I will tell you when you're starting, and I'll bash out these names as quickly as I can, okay?
Yep.
Okay, your time starts now. Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit, Royal Rumble 2001.
Ladder.
John Cena and Edge at Unforgiven 2006.
TLC.
Correct, both correct. Will Ospreay versus MJF All In 2024.
Normal match. Single.
Correct. Sasha Banks versus Bayley at Takeover Respect 2015.
Iron Woman.
Correct. Sting versus Abyss, Destination X 2007.
Oh, I don't remember the name of it. Street. I'll just go for Street Fight. Might be
wrong. It was Last Rites. Mankind versus The Rock at the January 4th, 1999 Raw.
Was it a Last Man Standing?
It was not. No, sorry. That was a no DQ. Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair, Halloween Havoc, 1994.
Pass.
It was a cage. Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker, No Mercy, 2003.
Hell and So.
No, incorrect. Kevin Owen versus Finn Balor, NXT Brooklyn, 2015.
Pass.
CM Punk versus MJF, Revolution, 2022.
Dog collar.
Yo, I nearly fucking said it. Big Show versus Mankind, Backlash 1999.
Boiler Room.
Well done, Paul, on those ones. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 correct there. The ones you missed, the Last Rites match, that was hard. That was a hard one.
It's like it's up and come down from the ceiling.
I did randomize these because there's some easy mixed in with some hard for both of us. So the No Mercy one, that I knew that would be a tricky one. No Mercy 03 was the biker chain. I would have given you a chain on a pole as well if you said that.
That makes up the year.
Owens and Balor was a ladder match on that Brooklyn show, overshadowed by Mercedes and Bayley, of course. And Boiler Room. You got Boiler Room, didn't you? You got that correct. Yeah. Okay. So, Joe, you have got 40 seconds. Let me redo my timer.
That Boiler Room was the one where Mick Foley did the fake handprint.
Fake handprint, which is very good. Yeah. So I'm going to keep my timer in my hand here because I will stop the clock if Joe gets anything wrong or passes.
Oh, I can push them back, of course.
Paul can push back because Joe only has to get 6. So this is gettable for Joe. I think your pushbacks are going to be needed here. Okay, we can still get you.
It has been a winning score in the past.
It has been a winning score in the past. I don't think 6 has ever been a winning score on the Chase. But he's on his own, folks. It's very impressive on his own.
I don't know. Very impressive when John Wallace is on 6 might be a winning score.
Oh, got his ass. Okay. All right, Chaser, your time starts now. Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson, AEW House of the Dragon.
Submission.
No. AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels Against All Odds 05.
X match.
Sorry, let me pause the timer there. I fucked up my own rules.
Yeah, I got two pushbacks.
Paul, you get 2 pushbacks there because those are both incorrect.
First one is strap match?
No, incorrect. Second one.
I didn't hear what the second match was.
Sorry, AJ versus Daniels Against All Odds 05.
No, I don't know. Singles match.
I thought you'd get that one.
No.
Iron Man.
No, didn't think of it.
No, okay. So no pushbacks for you there. Daniel Garcia, Bryan Danielson at House of the Dragon was 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 falls.
Okay.
And AJ Daniels was an Iron Man. So 6 is still the one to get there. Nothing for Joe just yet, but he still has about 27 seconds left here. Okay, so Joe, your time starts again now. John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson at Wrestle Dream 24.
No DQ.
No. Paul.
It was a singles match?
It was a singles match. Well done. The score is there. It's 7 for Paul. Let me scroll down here. Alrighty. All right, Joe, we will go again now. Randy Orton, John Cena at Bragging Rights 2009.
Iron Man.
Correct. Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho at All Out 2020.
Mimosa Mayhem.
Correct. Al Snow versus Big Boss Man, Unforgiven 99.
Kenneth from Hell.
Correct. Sheamus versus Bryan Danielson, Extreme Rules 2012.
Cage match.
Wrong. Paul, can you push back there? Sheamus versus Danielson.
Yeah.
Extreme Rules.
2 out of 3.
Very good. Very good. It's another pushback. Wow. Well done. And your last to go here, Joe, Undertaker, Triple H, WrestleMania 28.
Hell in a Cell.
Very good. Yes, yeah, but the timer is up there. Paul, you've escaped with 500 billion euro. Well done. So well done there, Paul. So it was Joe. You did get a few there towards the end. So Paul got the 2 pushbacks, which are crucial. Those are crucial pushbacks. 8 was the final score for Paul, but 4. Joe did get 4 correct there. Again, I think the randomizer was a bit harsher on Joe there. You had some tough ones. And I knew, as recent and as memorable as it was, I knew stuff like Moxley and Danielson. That would be a tough one.
Yeah. But then that's the thing is the fact that Joe guessed no DQ and it was wrong. That's what led me to guess singles, right? Because I knew it was going to be one of those things. So did Joe? I wonder if he plays again. Joe might have slightly more time.
I was thinking that's why I went for the simple format of question. Because I'm probably going to have to refine this. No,
I like that a lot. That's very good.
Yeah. On the actual chase, it's like a minute for you, Paul, and then 2 minutes for the chaser, and I wasn't sure how that would balance out.
Yeah.
We'll do that again, and we might maybe
30 seconds 4 might be fair. I think
that's what I did.
Oh, never mind that.
Might do
30 and 45.
You could do 30 in a minute, maybe. I mean, because the pushbacks can fuck you.
Although that 2 out of 3 falls get was just in the back of my mind. I very almost said singles match, and something just said no, it's not a singles match. It was 2 out of 3 fall.
So I might do that one again, swap the roles, and I might do actual general knowledge next time.
No, I like that. That was really. I like the
snappy nature,
time limit on it as well. That your push to not dawdle, because the quicker you answer, the better you do.
It's a double quiz week, though.
It is double quiz week. I do have an Oney Lorcannect, and I will say I've tried to be less crazy.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I've tried to be less crazy on this one, and I've tried to make them a little bit more gettable, so that it's not just who gets one of them. It's to actually play by the rules, which is how you can get them. The more points you get. So I've tried to make them slightly. That's not say that all 6 of them. So similar to your quiz. Some of them are maybe a little bit tricky. Some of them are a little bit more straightforward. But we'll see. Barry, since you made that quiz just now, we'll let you go first. You can pick between categories 1 and 6, or do you want to use the Only Connect ones where it's like 2 rods or 2 reeds or whatever it is?
I'll go 4.
Okay, he doesn't want to do that way. Okay, number 4. Barry, Roman Reigns versus John Cena.
SummerSlam main events.
4 points for Barry.
Hooray!
Oh, come on.
4 points for Barry. Roman Reigns, John Cena. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Rick Rude, and Steve Austin v Mankind versus Triple H. 4 points. Hey, look, no fucking around. You got it. 4 points. Joe, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
1.
Kevin Knight.
Kevin Knight. TNT champions in reverse order.
It's not, I'm afraid.
Oh, good guess.
Number 2, Queen Aminata.
Queen Aminata. Kevin Knight. They're all chess pieces.
3 points for Joe.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Brody King and Bishop Khan. We're going to
Bishop Khan.
Oh, they got so many.
That's excellent.
That is all for AWS. By the way.
Very good. Very, very
There's
good.
also, what's his name? The fat lad in NXT.
Mason Rock. Yeah.
There you go.
I thought you might not have known him, so I didn't put him in.
I've seen a bit about him because he's
English.
lad.
Okay, look.
He's English, yeah.
We're off to the races. We've got a 4-3 already.
Those were good.
And they're so the easy ones are done. Now we're on to the mad ones. No, they're still all right. Barry, 2, 3, 5, 6.
6.
6. General manager.
It's hardly just like fucking names they give to authority figures. Modes in wrestling games?
I'm afraid not. Director of wrestling operations.
Okay, yeah. Is it names for authority figures?
I can't give it to you.
Okay.
And I hope you won't explode at me when you find out why in a minute. Network executive.
Matchmakers? I'm struggling here.
I need something more specific than.
Oh, I think I know what it is. Go on, give me the next one.
And for 1 point, Explosion Commissioner.
Is it
So
unseen authority figures?
General Manager, Director of Wrestling Operations, Network Executive, and Explosion Commissioner.
Is it unseen authority figures?
It is not, I'm afraid. I'll have to pass it over to Joe for 1 point if he knows it.
Are these all Don Callis positions in TNA?
It's not.
Oh, very good.
Joe went too far in specific.
Just TNA authority figures.
TNA authority figures
okay.
is the answer. TNA authority figure positions, because TNA don't just have general manager. They've got seriously, look at their Wikipedia page. There's about 100 fucking authority figure positions they've had over the years. Mick Foley alone has had like 4 different positions. General Manager, Director of Wrestling Operations, Network Executive, Explosion Commissioner, which was. Any idea who the Explosion Commissioner was at one point?
Eric Young.
It was Desmond Wolfe.
Oh, I actually do remember that.
And he gave that up to go to fucking AEW.
So no points there for Barry, I'm afraid. Joe, 2, 3, or 5?
5.
5. Serpentico.
Serpentico. People with snake names.
I'm afraid there's not people with snake names. Mystico.
Serpentico. Mystico. People that are CMLL wrestlers contracted to AEW.
Afraid not. Chris Masters.
Mystical. Masters. Mystical. And they all use a full Nelson as a finisher.
I don't remember Mystic.
Wow.
And last one, Rey Mysterio. Serpentico, Mystico, Chris Masters, Rey Mysterio.
Are they all titles in their name? Sir, Master.
1 point for you.
Well done. Very good.
Serpentico, Mystico, Chris Masters, and Rey Mysterio.
Real.
Pretty good.
So their names contained. I was going to put Doctor Death. But I thought that's literally just not even hidden. This is Doctor in the name.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so we're level going into the last round. It's 4-4 apparently.
Very good.
And we've got 2 and 3. Barry, which do you want?
2, please.
2. Adam Pearce.
NWA champions?
Afraid not. Evilly.
TNA gut check participants.
He's got it for 3 points.
Oh, how do I have it? I'm supposed to be talking about on this show in real time, I guess.
We reviewed it at the time. Wes Briscoe would have been number 3.
Yeah.
And then Jay Bradley.
Jay Bradley,
yes. Jay Bradley was in the one with Brian Cade.
Yes.
And Jay Bradley won. Remember that?
Yeah, that was a historic thing where it was always the least interesting guy won every single time.
And Adam Pearce against Magno. And Magno won as well.
Legendarily bad match.
Yes. Yeah.
There was what was the guy's name? Fucking hell, this is trivia now. The guy, they played a vignette and like his family, his brother had been killed in like a drive-by and he was like, this is really great. And then the match was like the worst thing you've ever seen. It was Chris something.
Christopher York, was it?
No, that was the guy with the blonde hair. I can't remember that guy's name, but yeah, they played this great vignette and it was like, oh wow, it was great.
Match was the man
any worse.
Chris Louis.
Chris Louis? Chris Louis. Yeah. He was against Magnus, was he?
I don't remember.
Or Gunner. Or was it Gunner? I remember Gunner. Wow.
I didn't put him in anyway. He might have been.
No.
All right, Joe. You've got 3 to beat. Or 3 to tie, let's say, right? Number 3. Taz versus Jerry Lawler.
Are these WWE or matches involving WWF wrestlers in ECW?
I'm afraid not.
Very good. I think I know what this might be. But...
Oh, go on.
Okay, number 2. This is for the tie. Balls Mahoney versus Masato Tanaka.
Balls Mahoney versus Masato Tanaka. Is it like worst ECW matches of all time?
Possibly, but not what I'm looking for, I'm afraid. Rey Mysterio versus Sabu.
I just don't. These are all going to be on the same show or the same kind of. Because that would have been 95, I think. Rey Mysterio versus Sabu.
Taz versus Jerry Lawler. Balls Mahoney versus Masato Tanaka.
Oh, these are all on the first one night stand.
No. And for 1 point, RVD versus John Cena.
The second one night stand.
Correct.
I don't know why I went with first. I just could have said ECW one night stand.
Yeah, they were not on the first one night stand. They were on the second one.
Of course, because
Taz Jerry Lawler, I think, went about 30 seconds. Taz did one move on him, which was the Taz mission. That was the opener of the show, actually, Taz Jerry Lawler.
Yeah.
So there you go. So the scores are Joe with 5, Barry with 7. So Barry's the winner of the revamped, no messing around, actually good.
Good categories.
The revamp has come up with good questions.
Work.
Yeah, new format, yeah.
Of Oney Lorcannect. Very good. Right. We'll talk about Dynamite.
Dynamite.
I assume, Barry, you've mentioned briefly your thoughts on Mercedes Maya. You enjoy the pay-per-view otherwise?
Yes, yeah, it was great. I know. To be clear, I thought that match was great, and I was so into the near falls. I just thought she didn't have Maya in particular did not have a great night at the office. I didn't think. I still think they made a star. I mean, and that was great and really obvious. Sorry, Billy Starks, but it was really obvious Maya World's winning the ROH title off Athena, not you. But yeah, no, great show, great show. Speaking of Forbidden Door, we had some post Forbidden Door antics here to open up Dynamite. Renee caught up with Will Ospreay, who was gifted a patch from John Moxley to officially welcome him into the Death Riders. Kenny came up and did his whole, oh geez, Rick, you're not going to join the Death Riders, are you? This wasn't the worst Kenny material of the last couple of weeks because he's had some clunkers, but we've raved about some of these segments they've done with these two in the past. Something about this one though, he's just coming off a little bit kind of fucking whiny, and I wasn't as into this one as the previous ones. And then MJF came up and basically just looked past Kenny and was just like, "I'll see you at Wembley" to Ospreay. So there you go.
I liked it. I liked the interchange. Nice little.
I can see Barry's point though. And that we're seeing the same thing a lot of Kenny's talking to Ospreay and Mox comes into frame and Kenny's like, oh no, this guy's here again. And he's like, maybe if we would see sort of Kenny stand up to Moxley a little bit more or try to change the dynamic of those segments a little bit. I liked it as well, same as you, Joe. But we've kind of seen this now a couple of times. I don't want next week we have another one where Kenny's going, oh, Will, I love you. Why are you with those guys? They're not good for you. Like, we've seen that now. Let's go to the next step. I liked his little patch, though. He can put that on his battle vest next to his Megadeth patch. With all the 13-year-old moshers.
That segued into MJF versus Mark Briscoe. Following the circular cage match at the pay-per-view, and this was your standard great Mark Briscoe TV match.
bleeding all over the place, getting all that babyface sympathy. Really top-notch stuff. Another an easy pay-per-view level match. I think the only thing that stopped this being on pay-per-view is that maybe I think people realize, look, they're never going to really go all the way with Mark Briscoe, if we're being honest, So they did it on TV, but that didn't hinder the quality at all. It was super top-notch. MJF kicked out of the J Driller, which was kind of interesting. And MJF won with the Heat Seeker pretty much clean, unless I'm forgetting. I mean, there was a gouge to the eyes. But nothing super nasty by modern wrestling standards.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I mean, one hand, they've gone to the Mark Briscoe MJF well quite a few times.
Yes.
But Mark Briscoe's always a credible challenger, so it makes sense. I don't know if I'd go back to this again too soon. Let's have a little moratorium till next year on this one. But yeah, it was a very good match.
It was strange then when Kenny came out and basically accused MJF of having cheated to win, when, as you said, Barry, he kind of didn't. He basically won clean, more or less, right?
Which MJF said as well, which is
funny. So I don't know what that was about.
But yeah, the Kenny came out. I am nitpicking as well, but Kenny did the thing, and I was like, oh, maybe we should face each other tonight. I'm like, you just watched him have a big match.
Yeah,
idiot. Shut the fuck up.
Baby face of you.
Oh my God. So they had a little back and forth, and MJF had an idea, and I guess this is becoming his signature now. He said that Kenny could have a title shot if he was willing to put his future ability to ever have a title shot at stake. So the old Hangman / Cody sitch here. And Kenny looked distraught and had to mull that over for the remainder of the show. So there you go.
I like that a lot. Because, I mean, Kenny's whole character motivation at the moment is that one last run at the belt. And if he loses that motivation, what's left for Kenny Omega to do? So I like that a lot. And also the fact that they've, as they said, had two people fall to that stipulation and not challenge for the title again. So up until now, it's been, the fact that they've held to it means that when they do it, it is more believable and more high stakes. So.
Yeah, I think you're getting dividends on not going back on those other ones.
Do we have Kenny win next week then? That is what
I think it's a genuinely fascinating match. I've seen people say, well, of course Kenny's winning because you're not going to do that stiff with him. I'm like, at this stage of his career, it really wouldn't. This is not like Hangman where it's like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Like, what are you going to do with Hangman for the next 10 years without being able to do that? I don't know if Kenny's going to still be doing fucking pay-per-view main events in 10 years, if we're being really honest. Now, I think he's winning. I think he's winning, and they're going to do their Kenny Will story that we've talked about a lot on this show. But I think there's really good intrigue there. I wouldn't be betting on this one. I think you want to tell me Kenny's winning and they're doing the big Kenny Will match, okay? You want to tell me that MJF is putting another elite member out of title contention, and they're really giving him a lot of heat heading into Wembley to try and really put it over the top and make it seem like Will is the big savior. I could believe that as well.
Yeah, I just assume Kenny's winning, but it's a weird one. It's strange to book it 2 weeks before the pay-per-view.
I mean, I figured if they're going to give Kenny the belt to do it on a pay-per-view in Canada and build to it, even with the same stipulation, you could do it. So the fact they're doing it on Dynamite is maybe draw, possibly.
It's been done. It has
been, yeah.
Go Broadway.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's business at play other than, the creative. Maybe there's pressure to pop a rating or...
which there could be.
So, just put a throw it on TV. But that's something that never occurred to me, that they could do a draw and then rematch at the pay-per-view with one of those things they do where it's like, well, there's no time limit with the same stipulations or something along those lines. Why not?
Or Iron Man match. Come on, give us an Iron Man at Redemption.
First blood match. It's funny with AEW, they've never done a first blood match, have they?
iron blood match. Every time you bleed, you lose a fall. It's obviously from a different part of the body. So, forehead, arm, chest,
So Andrade was attacked by the Don Callis family. So we'll go ahead with that. It seems like maybe Brian Cage is going to be the big feud for Andrade for a while. So we'll see.
Well, he had a match with Andrade with Cage on Collision. Beat him already.
Oh, did he? Okay, well, there you go.
Jake Doyle, baby, because he was involved with Jake Doyle directly at the end of that match, so maybe that's the direction they go. At the cage match, I mean.
Oh, well, he pinned Jake Doyle, didn't he?
No, Mark Briscoe pinned him.
Oh no, sorry, sorry.
He kicked him low, or Mark.
He kicked him low. Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah. The Jet, Kevin Knight defeated Leo Rush, the ROH TV champion.
It's fine.
Battle of the TV champion. Yeah, it was all right.
It's fine.
It's fine. One might say that. Kevin Knight.
Barry's. Are you still not enjoying Leo?
Larry hates catchphrases these days. Anyone?
I do. I think that's actually that's completely fair to say. I think I'm.
It's like catchphrases.
Again.
I tell you what. Right on that note. I tell you what irritated me. I think I said before I actually like Leo Rush's music. He's got it's like Mankind-y almost music.
Yeah.
But because everything's WWE now, what's at the beginning of his entrance? Did you notice this week? It's fine. I was like, make sure come out in a t-shirt that says it's fine. Say it's fine back and forth with Andrade who says how you know. Say it's fine during the match. Steal the commentator's headset and say it's fine. Have Excalibur say, he's saying it's fine. What's he saying it's fine about? It's just so unnatural and just so forced. They're becoming really bad for this stuff. Yeah. I mean, they've taken the foot off the pedal on some of it, but it just something gets over halfway decently, and it has to just become the thing this person says all the time.
The Divine Dominion have the same thing now, where
what's that?
It's not their catchphrase necessarily, but a few weeks ago they had this. They do this thing where it's like, all you fat plebs in the crowd, bow down to your Divine Dominion. And they did this, it was very long, like 10 seconds of talk, and then the music would play. And it was so awkward. Now what they've done is they play the music under it, so it's slightly improved. Okay. But, the Rock used to come out to, if you smell the Rock is cooking, and then the music plays. But the catchphrase was incorporated into the music. So, if you smell what the Rock is cooking, it wasn't just MP3 catchphrase, copy paste to the start of the music file. I agree. I hate it. If you can incorporate it in a way that makes sense as a song, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, it ain't good. And to me, it takes away from the character as well. To your point, Leo Rush would come out to a Mankind-esque theme song. He wouldn't come out to his catchphrase plays and then the music play. That doesn't make sense for him. As if the Undertaker's music was it would say "Rest in peace" and then the music play. Do you know, it doesn't work I'm definitely coming around to Leo Rush. I will say I was totally on board. I was on the hate train when this gimmick started. I thought it was annoying, cloying. But I don't know, the last couple of weeks, the little son of a bitch has got me somehow, and I don't mind it.
He's very good at this routine.
He is. And
as we've talked about extensively, what would he be doing if he wasn't doing this?
Nothing. And he's good in the ring. I mean, that's the thing that to me that, I think I've said since the start of this that basically it's almost like their version of Danhausen, right? The kind of cutesy weirdo character. But then when he has a match, he's actually very good. I mean, we liked Danhausen when Danhausen was in AEW, right? Mm-hmm. But you could never accuse him of having had a banger match with anybody, But I think Leo Rush is very good. And one thing I love as well is Kevin Knight hitting him with that big old rock bottom, which I love as a finish for him. I think it suits him to a T. Still a little unsure on him overall as a heel. I just don't think he's clicked yet. I think we talked about it a few weeks ago, the idea of people in AEW who are better solo than they are in a group, and I definitely think he's one of those. Anyway, Darby came out after the match and challenged him to a match for the TNT title. And they're doing a lot on this show of babyface challenges heel, and heel says, no, I'm not giving you a match. No. And if you do that for one belt, that's fine. But when you're doing it on the same show multiple times, it comes off a little bit uncreative, let's say.
Yeah. So who was it? It was who did Knight? Sorry, Darby Allin. Yes,
Darby challenged Knight, and the illusion is that he's going to do some more stunts to Kevin Knight to encourage him to give him a title shot.
Oh, that reminds me, actually, because a lot of nitpicks on this show. I guess that's fine. I'll stand by them. I'll go a bit Cornette here.
Oh God!
No one really selling the cage match really. MJF certainly not.
MJF came out with his leg taped up, which he had been selling
1.5 hour long match against a top contender. You know. But then, Kevin Knight got an IED blown up in his face.
But also the Briscoe blood in the cage match played directly into their match because he tore the plaster off. He was biting it, and that's why Briscoe.
Yeah, but I could have done with Kevin Knight taking a week off.
No Jake Doyle though. He's selling.
He was
selling the Willie from
he's recovering the kick in the old Willie.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to do something mad, like have an explosive go off in a guy's face and then he falls off the top of a cage, he should probably miss a week.
Be winning a title match on.
That was theatric. That was just distraction of theatrics.
Okay.
You know.
No, Barry's right on that one. For sure.
Jericho. I saw a clip of Jericho and JD Drake from Collision, and oh my God, I was like, what backyard is this match happening in? I was like, this couldn't look much worse. And I really like JD Drake. I've seen him live a couple of times, but man, talk about two guys who were not on this page. Anyway, so they replayed that from Collision, and then if you go backstage and Jericho and Ciampa are having a fight, right? And it's at one point, Ciampa grabs a power drill to try and murder him. I was like, well, sorry, over this feud where you like beat up jabronis and make Renee Paquette say who's better, you're going to try and kill this man? That was kind of funny.
Jericho hit my favorite backstage brawl spot, which is the crossbody of a 4 foot tall thing.
He's loving his crossbodies lately.
That always looks shit, especially when he does it, because there's no flair to it or no grace to it. It's just an old fat fella falling off a thing onto some other view. So they're having a match at Beach Break next week. So I know if I need to plan my toilet break while I'm watching Dynamite accordingly. I know that match is coming up. Ooh, lovely. I mean, look, I know we gave Jericho all the goodwill in the world when he came back. This fella's awful.
No, yeah, I think we were fair, but I mean, he's been shit. Let's be real.
We've been.
You don't have it anymore. I mean,
again, we were right as usual.
But I mean, look, it's so annoying that they don't bring him in as like a Brock Lesnar style special attraction, because I think at his stage of his career, that's what he needs to be. Not having a Collision / lower card Dynamite feud with Ciampa. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's awful.
But look, it is what it is.
And it's just like easily the least interesting thing Ciampa's done since he's been here. And he's a guy who's only knocked it out of the park since he's shown up. In his brief run, he's been great. He's way overachieved, you know. Yeah. And you know, now here we are. We had the Bucks and Kenny mulling. They were mulling. Mox and Ospreay defeated the Swirl with Jay Lethal.
Biggest upset of all time.
There you go. Yeah. Blake Christian did not knock off Will Ospreay 2 months before Wembley. Unfortunately, there you go. It was all right. Yeah. Christian Cage and Cope teased dissension over Jay White.
Why?
Because I guess they had to do something to do it. Almost certainly taped at the Pape, I would imagine as well.
Yeah, of course.
You know, they hide it well, but these two have a sneaky we show up once a month to work sitch going on here. I'm fairly sure.
This segment felt a lot like AW anticipating the Simpsons nerds in the comic book guy shop going, actually, when Jay White went away, he was in the midst of a feud with Christian Cage while at the same time being Adam Copeland's friend. How are you going to rectify that? A point that no one in the world made when Jay White returned. So they're answering a question that nobody asked.
Yeah, I appreciate them doing it. I didn't remember. I won't pretend I fucking remember.
I couldn't have got that with a million guesses.
Yeah, but I respect them making sure nobody struck the same rib twice in succession and produced two different noises. Because I mean, the funny thing is, as Jay White said in his promo, which came next, he said it 459 days. I was like, fuck! I did not realize he's been gone that. Like, he's been gone a long fucking time. Called Osprey a big fraud, so planted a little seed there for that. Addressed the dogs. Called David Finlay a nepo baby, bitch boy. There you go. So this is pretty much just saying, hey, we're back. We don't like the guns. We're going to feud with the guns. But to be fair, Jay White was really good here.
Much better than he had previously been as a babyface, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm not a big Jay White guy in general. This was a good kind of, I've got a bit of energy. I'm and the crowd were all about him, and he was really milking it. So he did really well here.
Guns up from a Sacramento Gold members. Remember Gold? Remember it was a Bullet Club Gold?
I remember that.
Back in the day.
Now, are they still going to have a bit of juice when they're facing the dogs on the second hour of Collision? I don't know. That's tough, but. Speaking of Collision, Shane Taylor promotions challenge Jay White and the Bang Bang Gang for Collision. So there you go. We got the previously alluded to TBS Championship Survival of the Fittest, which again we had a Willow vignette on this show, so it was a little bit silly. A couple of issues here. I would say it was a disaster. I think, but the match was like nothing. It was like whatever. It was
eliminated all the good people at first for some reason.
Yeah, they
are not good, but interesting people.
Yeah, a lot of the interesting people. Like when who was the person? Me and the rest of the audience, when Aminata left, everyone, it was like, okay. So you've got Statlander, who we've talked about, and I think the entire like fandom is on the same page as Statlander. Like everyone likes her, but I think everyone also realizes she just hasn't ever put it together as a character.
I think Statlander worked as being the person you beat for the belt here, but it being Sheeta is just is the missed opportunity.
When it came down to Persephone, Statlander, and Sheeta, I was like, okay. The most interesting option left is Persephone, and I would give her a 0% chance of actually being the one to win this. There's like no chance. So yeah,
Harley within 2 minutes of the match.
Within 2 minutes, I was like, I don't even really like Harley that much, but I was like, people like Harley. It would have been a bit more interesting if Harley was in there.
People care about Harley is the thing.
People care, yeah. So Persephone knocked her out. Wait, the AEW website here says Hikaru Shida eliminated Haiku. Someone's autocorrect there. Micah was eliminated by Hikaru Shida.
Yeah.
And then Persephone very unceremoniously took out Aminata. I knew it was kind of a dark horse. I didn't think she had much of a chance. Part of me was like, would they just to do something interesting? Would they go Aminata here? But I should have known that wasn't going to happen.
No.
The crowd, when it came down to the three of them, the crowd even like rallied behind Persephone as well, which was kind of funny. And yeah, I kind of just got a sinking face. I knew it would be Sheeta. Look, I thought the Sheeta character stuff was amusing enough at first when she first came back. The Fusion stat was a dud. She's not really on the level of like the new current wave of AEW people. I don't think she's nearly as good as Tekla or Stat or Jamie Hayter or Windsor or any of these people. So yeah, I realized fairly quick that like I guess she's losing to Willow, but this couldn't have taken the wind out of my sails anymore. To be honest, this whole segment and the winner was a bit of a downer for me.
It's for a while. I would say maybe with the exception of Harley, she is like the worst person in this match.
Yeah, I haven't seen much else of Micah, so I don't really know. I wasn't moved one way or the other by her, but yeah.
Anyway, we'll continue to throw up the flag for Aminata. She'll get her good. She'll get her due eventually.
She'll get it eventually, yeah.
And Harley, I mean, as I said, Harley is a person that people are invested in, certainly more than they are with Stat and Sheeta. When she went out like immediately, I was like, whatever about the match. Surely you keep her in just to have the crowd rally, and then if you eliminate her eventually, let's say a Sheeta or a Persephone or whoever, get a bit of heat on them, she gets eliminated immediately in the match. So what was the point of that? Yeah, the match, as you said, wasn't great either. It was a bit of a blog, to be honest.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. And then the main event segment was Kenny Omega coming out. Again, Ospreay stops him before he comes out. Bruv, think about this, bruv.
I like Omega stopped him, Ospreay stopped it, and Omega said, I'm basically accepting this. Now let me go and I can announce that I'm accepting it.
Look, Kenny came out. Yeah, this is a good promo. He obviously had some shaky stuff lately, but Kenny went out there and cut a good promo and said that he would accept the challenge. So next week he said, Max, bring the BBB, bring yourself to get ready to pass over. It has rightfully been mine since the last time we wrestled. So there you go. So he accepted the MJF challenge. MJF came out. They had a big brawl ski. And they security broke him up, and there you go. So next 1 week builds or title shot versus ever getting a title shot ever again. Solid enough Dynamite. Not one of their top shows.
Not a great at the end either.
Nah. It was.
I'm definitely of the mindset of when you do these. What did Steve Austin say? You got to lay your shit in. There's nothing worse in wrestling to me than a soft-looking pull-apart brawl.
Yeah.
Does nothing for me. Nothing. And also, since we already had one of these soft pull-apart brawls with Ciampa and Jericho earlier, I would have preferred here a stoic stare-off. How about that?
Yeah, that would have been good.
We didn't get it. Good Dynamite, though. Despite the issue, I thought it was still inherently watchable.
Yeah, solid enough. Did anyone watch the Thursday Collision?
No.
Alrighty, we'll move on.
To be fair, when I saw it was on Thursday, I said, "Great, I can slot that in maybe between some of the World Cup games, or something like that." And then, as we'll get to the TV and movies, other priorities became apparent.
Yes,
and let me tell you, when other priorities become apparent, Collision is low on the list.
I know. Yeah.
Although this Collision definitely, if you compare it with like the previous 2 or 3 weeks, this looked like a better Collision. But I didn't have time.
Well, what took precedent then? Why don't you tell us what took precedent for you this week?
Oh, what the little movie about a man who makes a wish.
Go on.
On a little snapping stick.
Was it Pinocchio?
You are
no, bother, don't break my money in half to wish on me.
Pinocchio, honestly, as scary and horrifying a movie as Obsession. If you go back and watch Pinocchio, 1950 cartoon Pinocchio, the scene where the boys are turning into donkeys and crying for their mothers is
body horror.
So disturbing. It is crazy that it's in a children's movie.
Yeah, those original Disney films are just kind of like it's like Walt put a little bit of his evil soul in all of them.
I did finally get to watch Obsession. And I loved it. And I thought it was really, really near perfect, I would say.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that I have any specific nitpicks with it, because really I don't. I really enjoyed the mix of sort of the straightforward horror of it, and especially the monkey's past, which I think is a really effective but simple story tool, but also it being kind of really darkly comedic.
Yeah,
at points worked for me as well. And I'm someone who typically doesn't really love always the mixing of comedy with horror or comedy with drama. I find that if not done right or not done in the right tone, it can really undermine the seriousness of what you're trying to do. I remember 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri was a film that was very critically acclaimed, but that was one for me where the comedy didn't really work and sort of undercut a lot of the drama. Here I thought it was perfect. Maybe part of that was the writing, part of that was the performances, which across the board were
great. Yeah.
Were perfect again. especially the two leads, I thought were really great. But even the supporting cast were really, really great in this. I enjoyed for a mainstream movie sort of how fucked up it was, both literally and kind of the depths it went to on a psychological level. Really, really messed up stuff in it.
Yes.
Because I watched it and we've all seen Obsession here now, right? So we can talk.
Of course.
So my brother said, there's the one scene towards the end that I guess you would say is the most gory or most, to me, unappealing scene, let's say, right?
Yeah.
But even that scene
in the car, we talking about
in the car with the brakes.
Yes, okay.
And to me, while it was gory, etc., that wasn't even the thing that turned me off the most about it. And I don't mean turn me off in terms of I didn't like the movie. It was a really effective scene. I was very impressed and liked it a lot. But the thing that really got to me or affected me, let's say, was not the violence of the act, but the character impact of the act.
Yes,
because then you see him reading the letter immediately after. The cruelty of it is really what got to me, as opposed to the violence of it. And there's lots of stuff like that in the movie where it really, really made me feel on an emotional level either the awkwardness or the sadness. Or I thought it was a movie that really worked on that emotional level. It wasn't just a surface level monkey's paw story about a boy and a girl. It really, really goes to places viscerally. That you would not expect a mainstream movie like this. And I was kind of shocked by it watching it, that it really went deeper and went further than I thought it was going to. I was expecting, when I saw the Blumhouse logo come up at the start, you're expecting a movie that's going to be fairly middle of the road. Now, of course, I knew that this was a movie that people enjoyed a lot. But this went a lot further in places than I thought it was going to, for the better. So I was very, very much impressed. To compare it to the other movie of the moment, Backrooms, I would say I did enjoy Obsession more. However, I would be more interested in seeing the follow-up movie of the Backrooms director compared to this one.
Yeah.
I think you could argue that Backrooms is maybe a more interest than Obsession. Even though I think Obsession is probably the better of the two. Visually, but also the thematically and it's got more mystery to it. It's got a bit, that's kind of more my speed usually.
So
I think that one was just.
It's kind of what I think is what I said when I was reviewing this one. Like, this is a really kind of an old idea done in a very well kind of modern way.
Yeah, for sure. Obsession,
whereas Backrooms was a bit more novel in terms of like you say, the themes, the style, and everything. So yes, I would agree with that. So
yeah. I think Obsession is more consistent throughout as well. I think we talk about Backrooms. I think Backrooms wobbled slightly towards the end. I thought Obsession was pretty consistently great throughout, from start to finish.
And now that we've all seen it, because I was trying to tiptoe around it when I talked about it, the scene where I was concerned that Obsession might get a bit shaky. I think I referenced this, but I was trying to be vague. When the main character is in the car calling the number, I was like, is this going to be the red letter media? Vincent D'Onofrio's on the end of the phone and he explains who Pool is, and it ended up not being that, and it kind of ended up being its own weird, terrifying, off-putting, off-kilter scene in its own way. Yeah. Well, I'm pleased to rewatch it. It's out on digital now. Actually, I might even do that tonight.
I wonder if that's how I thought. What the hell?
Because I'm curious to see how. Because like you, but there was no real thing I didn't like about it. But there's something holding me back on going the old fiver on it. I think it uses light and shadow well. There's some really unbelievable shots of, especially early in the film, of like Nikki, and she's drenched in shadow. But it does. I think it looks better than a lot of modern movies, but it does have the modern movie dark about it. That is kind of almost the one sting in it. And again, they're not even really similar movies, but they're going to get talked about forever now. Backrooms and Obsession together. They are now canonically linked for whatever reason. But whereas Backrooms is this so just completely different, bright, off kilter thing in its own weird way. That was a real tonic in the modern horror landscape.
But I think Obsession, insofar as it being a sort of I've seen it likened to like Twilight Zone and Tales from the Crypt and things like that. But it being a story that kind of takes place in a not, it's realistic, but obviously it takes place in a world where this thing can exist, right? The wishing, whatever it's called, the One Wish Willow, the One Wish Willow, Nightingale. Maybe you could, because it takes place in sort of a skewed reality, maybe visually you could have represented that a little bit. Maybe lighting-wise, something a bit more giallo, a bit more like Suspiria, or, sort of the heightened colors and lights a little bit than being super realistic. But I didn't have problems with the darkness. The TV I watched it on, it was bright enough that I could see everything. Okay. But I can imagine if you were seeing this in cinema with not the best projection, at times it can be very, very hard to see. Big thumbs up though from me. Very much enjoyed. And Indy, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Indy Navarrete, performance-wise, very reminiscent of Possession. With the lady in Possession is Isabelle Angiani. Very reminiscent of her performance in that movie, which is one of the tippy-toppy horror performances for me of all time. So hats off. Really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, what comes next for her? Surely Worlds Is Your Eyes offers are probably non-stop. Hopefully it's not,
Who's in that Possession remake? Because I would hesitate to say, they should cast her in it, because that's a little like for like almost. But who's in that remake?
Are they even casting? Paul Dano is in it.
Yeah. Margaret Qualley, apparently. Okay. We'll come around to that anyway. But yeah, great movie, Obsession. Big thumbs up.
And then for you, Joe?
Yeah, I've been to the cinema Saturday and Sunday this weekend.
My God.
So we saw Minions and Monsters.
Oh, hello.
Which is
another horror movie.
So this is the third kind of standalone Minions movie coming off of the Despicable Me franchise. Yeah, 4 Despicable Me is now on the
3 minutes.
So the 7th.
Jeez, really?
Really,
hell.
Really going for it. If you like the Minion gimmicks, you'll like this, because it is the Minions, and they are funny little guys, and they do a lot of physical comedy, and they go, and then
you're right, I do like it.
And then, people fall over, things go up bums, people get squashed.
Wait a minute.
There's one scene
hold the fort.
Something goes up a bum. Yeah, they're just very funny in the classic vein of silent characters from Chaplin and Keaton to Wallace and Gromit to Mr. Bean to the Minions. Really, it's kind of everything you want. So the movie itself, it's called Minions and Monsters. Coming out of the movie, I was like, I think they just came up with that title afterwards just as a way to market it, because the monsters aren't really in it that much. It's actually much more about like old Hollywood. So basically the Minions end up in like 1930s golden age Hollywood and get into the movie business and start making movies, which is a bit silly. I think they just wanted to make like a homage movie about Hollywood and classic filmmaking. Fair enough. If you're making the Minions, I'll let you do that. So there's lots of kind of references to classic sort of silent era movies and kind of post-war, pre-war Hollywood movies. And it's very funny. I would say the actual, you can't go into like a kids movie expecting some kind of, I don't know, really like compelling plot or anything, but it did feel a bit like, the Minion stuff in Hollywood. Then there's this other alien guy turns up, and then this other thing happens, and it's just like, oh yeah, we need to build to like a big scene at the end, so just like have all this stuff happen. It made no sense whatsoever, but it's the Minions, so I'll let it go. Yeah, very, very, very funny. So I kind of delivered what exactly what we wanted. So saw that yesterday, and then today went to see The Invite.
Oh yes, heard good things about this.
Olivia Wilde directed film. She's in it with Seth Rogen and Penelope Cruz and your man there from Fight Club, Edward Norton. He's back. Where's he been? Edward Norton, what have you been doing? You've been gone for ages.
He was in that Bob Dylan movie with Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, was he?
Didn't see that.
He was Oscar nominated for it.
Didn't see that, so it's fine.
Hulk, 20 years ago.
He was.
It's the Hulk. So this is a nice little movie. It's actually a remake of a Spanish film, but really, I think Olivia Wilde put a good spin on it. So Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde are a kind of bickering couple, been together like 20 years. They're sort of living a very kind of upper middle class life. He's a music teacher. She sort of spends her days doing up the apartment. They're bickering. It's very, it's kind of funny, not like overly sort of dramatic couple stuff, more like comedic. But she has invited the kind of sort of sexy, slightly mysterious neighbors from upstairs, played by Penelope Cruz and Edward Norton. And they come down, and it's not really a spoiler because this is all this concept in the trailer of the film. They're swingers, basically. Okay. It's kind of that we've noticed you from across the bar.
Okay.
we really like you kind of thing. So that goes from there. So it's all set in this apartment. I think it was originally based on a play. The play turned into the Spanish movie, which is adapted into this. So it all takes place in one apartment, and it's very much this kind of unfolding comedy drama between the two couples. It is very cringe, but in a good way. Like, I kind of got fed up with the cringe comedy. I mean, Gervais and Merchant have a lot to answer for because we've had 25 years of like just awful, unfunny comedy that relies just on cringing, which is, I don't want to sit through. There is enough like funny moments in this, and it's also funny cringe. Like it's on the right side of actually being funny. Okay. So I don't let that put you off. So really good performances from all four as well. And also just shot beautifully. Like, although it was, you can see, movies that are kind of based on plays or written by playwrights, like The Materialists, that came out earlier, start this year or last year. That was like, you get a shot of two people in a room, and they just stand there talking.
Yeah,
and it's essentially, like two characters doing a passage, and there's no cuts, there's no interesting camera. It's just two characters standing there talking. It's not cinema. It's just dialogue. This does not do that. This uses the camera incredibly well. Lots of cuts, lots of kind of interesting angles. Lots of the lighting is really interesting. It makes this kind of one location film really sort of come to life in a way that a lot of films don't, even if they're multi-million dollar ones. So I really appreciate the direction, and I thought the acting and the character work was brilliant as well, and it's very, very funny, and it reaches a very kind of satisfying but melancholy conclusion. So I would say, if you're on the fence about seeing The Invite, definitely go and see it. Very, very good.
Yeah, I want to check this out.
Definitely try to check out.
I'm interested.
That's going to do it for the films this week. We'll move over to some telly. I've been watching some telly. Not much of a change when it comes to Rick and Morty thus far, season 9. We had a funny enough one, a decently funny one, and then we had a classic in the modern Rick and Morty genre, Paul. Episode 2 of the season was one of those ones where it's kind of like a very clever premise examining the Rick character, and it's very well done. It is not very funny.
I love that.
They do one of those. So they have an episode season 9, episode 2. They basically, we discover that Rick sort of gives himself amnesia to go on vacation as a guy called Stan or some shit like that. Goes to small town middle America and drinks beer and goes bowling with a random group of dudes who think that he's out of town working for the rest of the calendar year, but he basically just like lobotomizes himself, so he doesn't even know he's doing it when he goes on this vacation. And then it becomes a weird severance type thing where instead of going back to normal, I can't even remember what he calls his other ego, Tom, whatever his size, he just wants to keep living, and real Rick wants to get out. It's a severance. And again, it's well done, but it's an interesting, 9 seasons in, they have to keep finding new ways to kind of do stuff with this cynical, nihilistic character, and so it's a good version of that, but it was pretty light on laughs. They had one genuinely very funny episode that ended on a little bit of a bad note. Episode 3 was basically Rick runs afoul of like a cliche martial arts expert archetype who does a like a 5-finger death punch to him and says, if you take 5 steps forward, your heart will explode. So the entire rest of the episode is him devising contraptions to walk backwards and he could live his life going backwards while also trying to reverse engineer a cure. It's very funny. It has lots of wacky gadgets and schemes and Morty trying to go and find an actual practical solution to the situation. And then the final act is a big anime parody fight scene that's like 6 minutes long and the joke is over within the first like 2. Like they're, Angie is flying across the screen and they're going, yeah, and knocking each other through buildings. And it's like, oh, okay. And it goes and goes and goes. Oh man, you nearly had a banger here, and kind of went out on a bit of a dud ending. But yeah, it's like I think I said 2 weeks ago. It's Rick and Morty. There's some laughs, there's some and it's not. I would say it's not very consistent, but I suppose that's not true. It's consistently all right, which is kind of not really what you want from Rick and Morty. But yeah,
no, I'm poo-pooing it.
Yeah, you can. I think that's fair. I think you can poo-poo it. What you wouldn't poo-poo is I finished the second season of Hacks, which now that is consistently excellent television. That is straight to the top of my list of one of my favorite shows I've watched in the last couple of years. I cannot wait to start season 3. Hilarious, like what? Such a tough line to walk. It's a very modern, current day satirical comedy about an old lady who isn't quite politically correct and a very politically correct bisexual young lady, and they try and write comedy together despite the fact they have different sensibilities. That could be the worst premise of a fucking comedy on the face of the earth. I mean, imagine if there was a Simpsons episode with that premise, it'd be the worst thing ever committed to film.
Yeah.
But it's so well done without ever being cloying, and the characters are great, and the central performances, oh my god. Gene Smart as the veteran and Hannah Einbender as the young up and coming wannabe writer. I mean, the performances are great. The way the characters bounce off each other is great, and it is genuinely so funny. I couldn't get enough of season 2. I thought season 1 was really good. I was hooked in, and then season 2, I was like, every episode of this is excellent. I mean, it's just so cream of the crop. Feels like a real deal, proper prestige comedy. So season 2 done and dusted. Can't wait to watch more of that. And we're all watching Widow's Bay, are we? Are we all watching Widow's Bay?
What's that?
Oh, Joe, you haven't seen this? So here's how you find this, right? Okay, what you do is you go to your nearby bus station, right? And you find kind of like the local crank homeless guy who drinks whiskey. And he'll go, yes. He goes, there's a great show you can watch on Apple TV, right? It's how Apple market their TV shows. Apple spend about $1 trillion US a year making genuinely great, compelling television. And then they play a little game where they just kind of throw it on their service without telling anyone. And I think it's the service where the main way you find out about its shows is a mutual on Blue Sky tells you about it. That's their marketing campaign. It's exclusively how you find out about good shows on Apple TV Plus. It's an Apple TV show. It's from, I believe, a Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah.
Parks and Rec alumnus. Who I've never finished Parks and Rec, so I only know her as the lady who did the Babadook costume tweet. She did the tweet about going to a Halloween party dressed as the Babadook, but it was actually adults drinking whatever the verbiage of it is. It was more adults drinking wine party or something like that. All time legendary tweet.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's basically the Red Letter Media guys described it as almost like an anthology, which I think is a great description. It's not an anthology, but it kind of is a little bit. It's about the mayor of this teeny tiny little island town off the coast of New England, I believe. So that part of the US, and it's very quaint and it's very tourist driven. And it's full of oddball characters, and it is overflowing with spooky lore. Stephen Root plays the local kook, or is he the local kook? Is he actually correct about everything? and he's ranting and raving at town hall meetings about ghoulies and goblins and sea hags and all this other stuff. And even though there is a through line, a serialized through line, I've watched the first 3 episodes, and it kind of is a little bit of like there's a little different ghoulie in every episode I've watched so far, which is very fun. It's very funny. I love the dialogue. I think the dialogue is so snappy and funny and charming. I think it looks great. Really great looking show. The location they've set it is great. And like some good chills. I think it's got some good atmosphere. I think it's got some really good tension when it needs to. Walks that line very well. I'm so thoroughly enjoying this. I have to watch more. The wife's away and I'm watching it with her. So I'd probably be binging it after this pod if I was allowed to, but I'm not. Paul, where are you at and what are you feeling on it?
Yeah, I've watched the first 5.
Okay.
Very good. Very, very good. I would liken it to, here's my sales pitch for that there.
Go on.
It's got a little bit of Twin Peaks to it.
Okay.
It's got a little bit of Midnight Mass to it. I will sell it to you as Gravity Falls for adults.
That is a great shout. That is a great shout.
It's got that vibe to it. It's got that monster of the week to it, while having the overarching story. Very enjoyable. I will say episodes 4 and 5 continue in that vein without letting up a little bit. Matthew Rhys in it, obviously from the Americans. Got a great cast. Everyone in it is really
great. The cast is great.
Tell you who I really like is it Kato? Yeah,
the assistant
Trisha. Yes,
yeah, great character.
She's the best. She might be my favorite character in the show. She's just like so. The show is about the mayor, played by Matthew Rhys, and he's kind of dealing with trying to increase the tourism sector of this small island, kind of making it the new Martha's Vineyard. That's a phrase he used a lot. And as he's trying to do that, strange things start happening in town. But he's got this assistant played by Kato Fleet, just like a complete weirdo oddball. It was so funny. Yeah, I mean, it's tremendous. I'm halfway through. I'm looking forward to the remaining 5. It has an element of mystery to it as well. Like I said, similar to Gravity Falls or Twin Peaks, and I'm interested to see where it goes. Kind of as the monster of the week, if you want that, whatever plot of the week thing is happening. It's also breadcrumbing in a very small way, little other things that are going on the island, so you can sort of try to piece together where it's going. But really good. I see it's renewed for a 2nd season as well.
Yes.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, big thumbs up on Widow's Bay as well. So okay, get on that, Joe.
Get on that, Joe. Absolutely.
And I also then found out on Friday that Xmen 97 is back, which I was totally blind on. I
found that out when I opened this doc and I saw you'd watched it.
3 episodes out already.
Oh, geez. Okay, I need to get on this.
They opened. They only came out this week, and they put 3 out to start with.
They did. Yeah, they tend to do that. Okay,
they're all bangers.
Oh,
they're all bangers. The quality is continuing from season 1.
Yeah, I was just about to say I believe you because season 1 was unbelievably consistent.
Yeah. It's funny because it's such a not MCU way of storytelling that this show has. It's very on the other end of the spectrum where it like not everything is a joke. There are a handful of characters who are maybe sarcastic or whatever, but the majority of the characters take it very seriously.
Yeah,
imagine what a concept. Take something seriously and it feels important. But no, season 2 jumps straight into where they left off with the end of season 1, and they're going at a hell of a pace. Episode 2 has a great thing that, again, it just is typical of the extra effort they seem to put into this show that they don't put into their MCU movies, where it's just reference Benorco. X-Men, of course, this show is also not against referencing the most minusculely important character from X-Men comic number 97. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have not spoil anything in terms of the plot, of course, but they do have one of the 3 episodes that is kind of takes a step away from the X-Men and introduces X-Force.
Okay, yeah.
Which is within the X-Men comics and X-Men universe is like another group of superheroes, right?
Right.
And so the Marvel animation thing comes up. And then that's usually when you rub your hands, because that's when we get the cool X-Men intro, which we all live and die for. Dun, 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 dun. And then there's no intro. You go, what the fuck?
No,
it's like when you listen to this podcast and you don't get the intro music. People are enraged by it. Crazy. So. And then it does a little X-Force intro, so you see where you're getting. And then the intro plays, and it's the X-Men intro, but it has X-Force instead. Nice. It's all the X-Force characters. I was popping big for it. So yeah, I mean, X-Men 97, I'm very, very, very happy it's back. And like I say, the quality is not dropped one iota. So that's what I've been doing instead of, as I said, watching Collision. Is watching Willow's Bay and X-Men, basically, because I watched 8 episodes.
That is a better use of your time. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm very excited to hear you give the thumbs up on that news, because obviously the guy showrunner of the first season started off the rails a little bit. I don't think he's involved in this one. And
no, he's still listed as the showrunner. I think it was after this one that he will go. And
okay, interesting. Okay,
but yeah, I saw his name still come up. But no, it's still great.
Yeah, I will get on this straight away, because it's like it really was, and this is true of the 90s cartoon as well. I mean, it really was a brilliant distilling of the comics, which I've read all of them, but I've read quite a few of them, and they are very serious, and the comics have 10 million characters, and they such a good job of like getting everyone their needed spotlight without feeling like you're doing 100 things. It's so seamless. Both iterations of this show have been so great. Yeah, wonderful. I'll get to that. I've been playing some games this week. Obviously, 007 put that in my rear view, so I got some stuff to get to.
Enjoying it.
I get a load of this, Paul. Right? Get a load of this little oddity, this little trinket for my birthday. My lovely wife and my mum, they both got me. See these little discs you can get, right? And
I remember that
PlayStation game on them. It's mad.
Mm.
It's mad altogether. It is.
Yes.
So I got the new Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, I think it's called. Yeah, the new one. Very fun. I only put about an hour and a half into that. So that is obviously, unlike the Star Wars games where you like pick from a menu and you go, I want to play Empire Strikes Back. This is technically a singular original quote unquote story, but it's just wholesale ripping stuff out from the various movies and the games and a little bit of the comics. So you're not like, I'm not playing a section called Batman Begins, but Liam Neeson has taken me to the mountains,
right?
And I'm the tutorial is so Batman Begins, right. So you're in the mountains, and it's not explicitly calling it out that's what it's doing, but and you can kind of tell from the trailers. They're like, oh, I'll yank that little bit out of the Robert Pattinson film, and this one comes out of, and we'll smush them all together, and it's just going to be greatest hits. I think it's a very fun concept. I haven't played a Lego game in ages though. I think this is the first one I played where the characters talk. I think they made that change. Was it that big? The most recent Star Wars one they did, where it's like all 9 films. I don't know. So it's been so long since I played one of these. So the characters talk. Now I will say it's they're some fun dialogue to be had in there. The Ra's al Ghul character comes up and he just seems to talk in like Liam Neeson homages. He does the line from Taken when you first meet him. He says he has a special set of skills. You know, it's stuff like that. It's cute. Yeah. You know, I'm sure some will be a little bit cloying. If they work that one in there, that would be impressive.
That'd be a good reference.
Yeah, it might seem like oversimplifying, but it really is the case. It's that classic Lego experience, but the combat is Arkham. The combat is the Batman flying around, rhythmic almost. Yeah, very good, very charming. I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm very early in it. I haven't even gotten to the actual Gotham yet, so I want to put a bit more time into it. The other game I got was Saros, the PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Yeah.
Raul Coley, the
Returnal
Housemarque game.
Yeah.
Yes, from the Returnal folks. So it's a third-person shooter, and it looks great. It sounds great. It's got really interesting cutscenes. But the thing I like about Housemarque games is, without being reductive, they just feel really video gamey. Do you know what I mean? So you're Rahul Kohli's character and you're you're stranded on some alien planet, like, oh, we're going off this fucking planet. It's so bad. And so you have your intense, modern video game cutscene. And then you go into the world and your guy just moves so fast and you've got a huge jump and a big dash and your gun is loud. It's so video gamey when you actually start playing it. It's a third-person shooter. It's got kind of run-based elements, and it's a suppose what you call a bullet hell type thing. Like your enemies shoot big, gigantic walls of projectiles at you, and you have to dodge out of the way. Very cool. Really liking it. It's a really good big TV experience. Like it looks great. It sounds great. I got a complaint because I was playing it too loud, and the wife was annoyed because it's a proper. It felt like it's a thrill hole game. It's a thrill hole game. Like you sit in front of it, and it's just kind of like aliens are zooming across the screen, and it's got the full suite because it's a PS5 exclusive. It's got all the PS5 fancy controller shit going on, which. Like you forget how great that stuff is because so few games use it. But when you get a game that actually does the controller stuff on the PS5, it's great. It's really fucking great. So I beat the first boss. I'm on the second area now. One thing, some people weren't super into how they kind of Returnal was really hard. I didn't get very far into Returnal. Seems like they put a bit more kind of guardrails up on this one. I'm happy with that because I wasn't very good at Returnal. So I was kind of like, I got to the second area and they also let you teleport to the second area. So it's a run-based game, but you don't have to go do the first area again if you don't want to. So I appreciate that.
I still struggle with rogue games that aren't Balatro or Vampire Survivors.
Yeah. It can sting. Finding that balance of not making you kick yourself when you lose is tough, and that's why I didn't get very far into Returnal. I was getting punished by that first boss. I was like, oh,
I did this with Dead Cells that kind of fell off at a minute.
I have tried 100 times to get into Dead Cells. Yeah, I just can't. But yeah, Saros, thumbs up. I'm about 3 hours into that. And then there was Shagall in the Steam sale, so I just got 2 small indie games that came out this year.
Well, you got one that really the zeitgeist at the moment.
Oh yes, yeah. I got Meccha Chameleon, which is a very fun game. That is a hide and seek game, multiplayer only, where one or two people are hunting the rest of you. You're a little stick man. This game. I was stunned when I saw this game isn't technically early access on Steam. This game does not feel finished at all, but made by a small team, whatever. You're a little stick man running around the world, and the gimmick of the game is it's hide and seek. So you go hide yourself in a little corner, but then you press the F key and it has paint tools. Like it has a full suite of Microsoft paint tools. So you paint yourself, and the hardcore players in this game are like hovering over a photo, a painting of the Mona Lisa in the world and doing the Mona Lisa over their character. So they blend in. Really, really impressive stuff. I'm not that good, but I had an hour or two with it. It's very fun. It's very silly. It would be cool if it came to other systems so other people can join in, but feels very mouse dependent. It feels like you want those tools.
Yeah.
Because also they don't, even with the fucking mouse and keyboard, they don't fucking play very well either. That's the other thing. It's very jank. The game is very, very jank, but they've sold like 15 million copies, so maybe they'll spruce it up in the next couple of fucking weeks. But very fun, online only. And the other one I got was also I believe this is also less than a tenner. I think this is a like a £7 or £8 game. TerraTech Legion, which is a, funnily enough, a Vampire Survivors-ish type thing. It's a roguelike game where your character auto shoots, right? So you don't do the shooting, you just do the moving.
Oh, I saw you talking about this one. Yeah.
And swarms of characters come your way. But the gimmick with this one is that it's a vehicle-based game. And the shorthand I would use to describe the way this works is that it is a Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts / Zelda Tears of the Kingdom where when you level up, in Vampire Survivors, you level up, you get a new weapon. In TerraTech Legion, when you open a loot box and it might have a wheel, or it might have a spike, or it might have a shotgun, and you stick that on your car. And when your upgrades when you get on a really good run and you're building these big, ridiculous monstrosities, you're pulling wheels off and sticking shotguns where the wheels are. Like, can I go on 3 wheels? Can I do 3 wheels if I do this?
Yeah.
Can I take I've built up my character's boost. So what I'll do is, instead of having guns, I'll just put spikes all over my car because my boost is really fast. So I'll just ram into people. Very good, very, very silly time. but also with a lot of depth. I was kind of surprised that I logged 4-ish hours, and I've done a couple of runs, and like that, I had a run where I had big guns. I had a run where I had just covered my car in spikes. You can cover your car in saws, and again, very Robot Wars-y contraptions.
Yeah,
very silly time. I hope that I feel like this should come to other systems. I think this will be a big addiction for a lot of people if it comes out on more stuff. Very, very cool. Very cool. If you enjoy a Vampire Survivors and you enjoy the vehicle tomfoolery of Tears of the Kingdom, it is a wonderful mesh of those two things. Yeah, that's on Steam as well. Those are the games. Lots of fun games coming out this year.
Yeah, you've also been playing Crash Bandicoot 2, the biggest pile of shit in the world, brother. Ooh, how did you get yourself through that? I have no idea.
I can assure you, if I wasn't streaming it, I probably would have given up by now. Yeah, that is going quote unquote well. You know, I'm over the 60% mark on the hunt for the achievements. So hopefully we'll see the end.
Now you throw out a prediction. I predict you will not be done with it by the end of July.
Oh, that's mental. That's mental.
My prediction, maybe. Ooh, something on courses that are just as hard as can be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 more streaming days for me in July. I'm doing it all. So 60. You don't think I can beat it in the next 16 hours? I wouldn't put money on it, but I've said it now. So
I've said it now. Okay, now the challenge. I mean, to be fair, it's a majority opinion, but I'm going to use this to motivate me. You watch this space, listeners. I'll beat Crash 2 this month. Anyway, that's the games for me this week.
You've got an others. Who's got an other?
I read a book. 3 in 3 months. It's flying. This is a book called Julia, which I picked up a couple of years ago just on a whim. So it's actually a retelling of George Orwell's 1984, but from the perspective of his female companion. So Winston Smith's lover, Julia. So I thought that was an interesting, I love the kind of original 1984, and I thought it's an interesting concept. It's a bit of a tall order, kind of, redoing a George Orwell book, given he's one of the greatest authors of all time. And it can, there is a risk of when you do those, it's a bit like fan fiction of we're going to see it from this character's point of view, or what if this happened? But having said that, I thought it was a very kind of well-written book, very engaging. I mean, it is cheating a little bit to kind of have the whole world building and characters and concepts of 1984 already done, and you're just telling telling the story. But I thought it was really engaging, really interesting. And the most interesting bit is to see that kind of totalitarian world from the point of view of a woman. Because obviously, as a woman in that world, it's even worse than being a man. Surprise, surprise. Just like, the oppression is kind of even greater. So, I mean, if you've read 1984, you'll know the basic kind of outline. It does forge its own path as well, go a slightly different way. It's not as pessimistic as Orwell. It is a bit more of a classic kind of book, a bit more sort of classical structure and sort of resolution. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So moving on to some others. But yeah, I'm enjoying reading the books. And I said some show the other day. This might just be my imagination. I do feel like my memory has got better since I've started reading books again. I genuinely
almost certainly, yeah,
not just looking at my phone for an hour on the train every day and just reading a book. It's I can actually remember names of actors and actresses. I mean, I know I struggled with the Fight Club guy and I forgot his name again, but generally my brain's coming alive again. Yeah, Graham Norton.
Lovely. Very good.
That was it. So I'm already on to the next book. So.
Yeah, I'm still reading my Dan Brown Origin. That's a big step.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's going to do it for a bumper edition of the show. My God. So many movies and games and lots of wrestling chat. 2 features. My God, listeners. We will be back next week with another, I'm certain, bumper edition of the show. More World Cup guff. As well as more, we'll have the big Kenny MJF match to talk about. The big Tommaso Ciampa Chris Jericho match, of course, to talk about next week as well. So ChairShotPodcast.com is where you can go to post an email if you'd like to weigh in on the World Cup or the Fantasy League or Dynamite or anything at all you want to give us your thoughts on. Please feel free to do so. ChairShotPodcast.com. It's also where you can go to check out the Fantasy League. Paul does a great job keeping that updated in real time, so you can check out how we're doing. You don't have to wait for the podcast segment. Paul, we'll do
Willow
it for you.
Team Paul now, baby.
Willow is officially Team Paul. The records have been updated, so there's no doubt about that. So, with all that said, thank you very much for listening, folks. It's goodbye from me, Barry. It's goodbye from Paul. It's goodbye from Joe.
Goodbye.